Hello everyone, I am Sudipta. Welcome you all to my channel CAD Tutorials. Today I am going to start part 16 of our complete AutoCAD tutorial course. In our previous tutorial, part 15, we have discussed about creating blocks and related topics. Today we will discuss on how to create dynamic block and its utilization. Dynamic blocks are basically blocks with special facilities like we can change their shape, size, etc. To create a dynamic block, we have to first create a normal block. Then we will open it in block editor. This is a top view of a table with 4 chairs around it. Now I am going to make a table and chair block. So going to block panel, here it is create block. I am clicking here, then giving name table and chair. Now I am taking base point, that's why I am clicking on pick point, taking here. Now selecting objects, that's why I am clicking here and selecting all the objects, pressing enter to complete. Now here option I am keeping delete, and here scale uniformly, allow exploding, I am keeping them on, and block unit I am keeping millimeter. Here I have ticked open in block editor. Then I am clicking OK. Now you see it's open in the block editor. Here for creating a dynamic block, our first step will be adding parameter. Here is the block authorizing palette. If I close it, I can get it back from authorizing palette button here. Clicking here. Here at the top is parameter. I am clicking on parameter. Now parameters are showing. Here is the linear parameter. I am ticking linear parameter, clicking on it. It is just like giving dimensioning. I am taking a point here and I am specifying second point this side in the right hand side. Click, and you see I have to place this distance tag. I am clicking here, click. So parameter is placed. Now I am selecting this parameter by mouse click, then making a right click here. Here is grip display option. I am taking 1. Click. You see left hand side grip is now not showing and right hand side grip is showing. I wanted to keep the right hand side grip. That's why while placing this linear parameter, I have started from left hand side. I specified first point in the left hand side. Okay. Now I have to add some properties to this distance parameter. So I am clicking it. Now it is selected and going to properties. That's why I am clicking right click, and from the bottom of this menu, here is properties. I am clicking on properties. Here is properties panel. Here is property label. Here is distance 1 showing. I am changing it. I am making it width. I have typed width here. Then I am going downward. Here is value set and it's showing none. I am clicking on the right hand side here, click, and I have got a down arrow. Clicking on that down arrow. Here option is increment and list. First I am showing you the option increment. Clicking on it. Here you see distance increment. Let us check what is the width of this table I have taken. You see it is 1200. So for one chair I have taken 1200. So I am selecting the parameter. Now going to its properties. Here I have selected increment and distance increment I am taking 1200. Now distance minimum, that is also I will keep 1200, and distance maximum I am taking it 12,000. Clicking here. Now closing this properties tab and pressing escape. You see, when I am placing my cursor on this parameter, there are some lines appearing which are showing distance at interval of 1200 millimeter. Now I will apply action to this parameter. So I am going to action tab here, click, and I am applying stretch action first. Here is the stretch action. Click. I want to stretch this table right hand side, and each time this table will be stretched 1200 millimeter. For that I have to select the parameter first. Click. Now I have to click to set this parameter point. You see, when I am moving my cursor, a red cross is coming. I have to place it either left hand side or right hand side. As I have kept the grip right hand side and I want to stretch it in the right hand side, so I am taking this grip. I am clicking here. So parameter point is fixed. Now I have to create a stretch frame. That means I have to show an area within which I have to keep the portion I want to stretch. You see, in the command window it is showing specify first corner of stretch frame. So I have to take point. I am taking a point here. Click. You see a dotted line is coming, and I am going to take a point here where my cursor is. Click. Now this blue dotted line is showing the stretch frame I have created. Next step is selecting object which I want to stretch. I am going to select this part, this line, and this line. Now object selection is complete, so I am pressing enter. Now I am closing block editor, but before that I will tell you that I have not selected this chair. I have to select this chair so that the stretching will happen with this chair also. To do that, I will take edit option. When I will come back to this block editor, at present I am closing the block editor. Here is the button. Now save option is coming. Save the changes to the table chair. I am clicking on it. You see the table and chairs are deleted because when I created the block, I took the option delete. So I am going to insert. Before inserting, I am just making a save button click. I am going to insert the table we have created. Here is the table and chair block, cyan color. I have created it, clicking here and placing it here. You see, when I am selecting this, a grip is coming here. Using it, I can place it. It is the base point, and this triangular grip is new to you. I have to place our cursor on it and click to hold it. Click. Now you see, when I am moving my cursor in the right hand side, it is increasing with an interval of 1200 millimeter step by step, and if I want to decrease, I can move my cursor in the left hand side. If I click here, table will be up to this. If I want to stretch our table up to this, we will click here And if I want to move our table up to 12,000 millimeter, this is the last limit I have created. It will be increased up to this or stretched up to this, but it will not be stretched after that because this is the limit I have fixed. I am making a right click and here is the option reset block. You see in this menu at the top, reset block, I am clicking on it. So the block is in its previous position. Now I am clicking on this block one time and going to block editor button, clicking on it, click. Here is the edit block definition dialog box. From here, table chair already selected, clicking OK. Now it is open in the block editor. I am going to edit and insert the chair in the selection set. This is the tag created after applying stretch action. That's why when I am placing my cursor on it, it's showing the name stretch and it's also showing the stretch frame and the parameter associated with it. I am making a right click on this tag, stretch tag, right click. Here you see delete. If I click on this delete button, it will be deleted. Here is the action selection set. I am going to right hand side, new selection set. No, I want to modify the selection set. So I am clicking on it, click. After clicking on the modify selection set, you see here is the previous grips of the previous stretch frame. I am going to create a new stretch frame. That's why I am clicking here, click and moving my cursor in the left hand side and I am clicking another point. I am clicking on the previous grip, click. These lines are already selected. I want to add this chair, so I am selecting this chair. It is selected. I am pressing enter to complete selection. Now I am going to close block editor and I have to click on the save changes. Now I am going to show you what happened. Here I am clicking on the triangular grip and moving my cursor right hand side. You see now the table is being stretched with the chair in its proper position. Pressing escape, clicking on the block editor button. From here I am selecting the table and chair and OK. Now I want to increase the number of chairs when I am stretching this table in the right hand side, this side and this side. Number of chairs will be increased. For that I am going to apply array action. Here is the array action button. I am clicking on it, click. Now I have to select the parameter first against which I am applying this action, click. Now I have to select the objects on which I want to apply this array action. I am selecting this chair and chair of this side and pressing enter to complete selection. Then I have to enter the distance between the columns. That means the gap between every chair or the space I want to provide. I have already applied distance 1200 millimeter for every chair and set the parameter property according to that. So I am typing 1200 here and pressing enter. Now you see here another action tag appeared here showing array tag. So array action is applied. Now I am going to save it, close block editor and here save the changes. Now I am selecting the table chair block and selecting the grip and moving my cursor right hand side, and you see that in a interval of 1200 millimeter, one pair of chairs are appearing when I am moving my cursor in the right hand side. It will be increasing up to 12,000 millimeter distance which I have set. I can click anywhere and up to that the chairs will be increased in pair. So you can use this block where we need 6 number of chairs or where we need more number of chairs. I am pressing escape. Next, I want to do some modifications. Here you see all chairs are fixed. If I want these chairs revolving, that is, I can change the position of the chair, then what I will do? I am showing this but with a new example. Here I have drawn a circle which represents the table, and I have drawn a chair here. Then use the polar array tool to increase the number of chair. After that, I have exploded that array, so the chairs are individual and they are not associated. I am going to create the block. Clicking here, click here, I am giving name round table, selecting base point in the center. Then I am going to select objects, pressing enter. Then keeping these options on, I am taking option convert to block here, click, and going to open it in the block editor. That's why this tick mark is on. Clicking on OK. Here I am going to apply rotate action, but before that I have to apply rotate parameter. I am in the parameter tab. Here is the rotation parameter. Click. I am showing here on this chair. I have to click the base point, so I am taking the center point of the chair. Click. Then I have to specify the radius of the parameter. That's why I am taking this point, clicking here, click. Now I have to specify default rotation angle. For that I am clicking here. It will represent 360 degree. Click, and I am clicking here also for level location. Click. Now I have to go to action tab, clicking on it. Then here is the rotate action. I am clicking on it. I have to select the parameter. That's why I am selecting the parameter. Click. Next, I have to select the object against which I want to apply this rotate action. So I am selecting this chair. Click, pressing enter to complete selection. You see rotation tag appeared here. So rotation action applied. I am closing and saving the block. Click, and clicking on the save button here. Click. Now I am clicking on the block. You see here is a button appeared. I am clicking on this round grip. You see, holding this grip, I can rotate the chair at any angle. If I click here and pressing escape, so chair will be in this position. Selecting the chair, holding the grip again, I can place it at any angle. So if I apply this property to every chair, I can rotate each and every chair at any angle. Now I am going back to block editor, selected this block and clicking on the block editor button. It is already selected, so I am clicking OK. Now I am going to apply property on this rotation parameter. So selecting this parameter and right click, and from here I am selecting properties. Here also I will go to value set and I will take the increment option. I am taking increment angle 30, keeping minimum angle 0 and maximum angle 360. Pressing enter and closing the properties. You see here the parameter circle is divided by some lines at 30 degree interval. Let us see the effect. closing block editor, click on save button. I am clicking on the block. I am selecting the grip. Now you see, if I move my cursor, I cannot place the chair according to my wish, but I have to place the chair at 30-degree interval. It is automatically snapping and its movement is restricted. Pressing escape. If I double click on this block, edit block definition dialog box will appear. I am clicking OK. Now you see, I can apply this property to every chair. For example, I am quickly showing, going to parameter, rotation, then selecting the midpoint here, showing the radius of the parameter and taking a point here to close 360 degree and placing it here. So in this case, the parameter point will be here. That's not problem. Clicking on it and making right click, go to properties, then value set, click here, select increment angle 30 degree, minimum angle 0, maximum angle 360. I am pressing escape and closing. Now I am going to apply action. So clicking on action tab, taking rotate action, selecting the parameter, then I am selecting the object against which I want to apply the action, pressing enter. You see tag appeared. I am closing and saving the block editor. Now you see, here is the grip appeared. So I can place the chair in any direction. I can place the chair in any direction. In this way, I can get a dynamic block and utilize where it is required. Now I am going to show you another application. Here is a door with frame. It is applied in civil engineering drawing or a building plan. Here is the frame part and the door. Top view is showing. I am going to create a block. Create block button I am clicking. I am giving name door. Taking a base point. For that I am clicking a point. Click, selecting objects and then convert to block and keeping these options same. Here is millimeter. Open in block editor is on. Clicking OK. So it is in the block editor now. First I will apply stretch action to it. For that I am going to linear parameter, taking parameter point here. Click, first parameter point is taken and the second parameter point I am taking here, and for label I am clicking here. So label is placed here, selecting it, pressing right click, and from here grip display I am making it 1. So you can understand that I will stretch this door this side. Now let us check the width of the door, what I have given. Clicking here and clicking here. So you see it is 915 millimeter, that means 3 feet. So I can use this door in different size. I can make it width 2 feet to 4 feet. So I will apply properties to this parameter. Click, right click, properties. Here I am giving name width. So parameter label name is width. Now I am going to value set. Here distance type is none. I am making it list. This time it is list, distance value list. For that I am clicking here. Click. Here is the button appeared. I am clicking on this new button. Click. And you see add distance value dialog box appeared. Here I am going to value 610, then pressing enter to add, then typing 750, typing and pressing enter, then typing 1065, then typing 1220, clicking on add button and clicking on OK button. Now all these distance are taken. Pressing escape button and closing properties. Now you see when I am placing my cursor on this parameter, you see parameter lines are coming, vertical lines which are showing the distances I have specified. Going to action tab. Here is the stretch action. I have to select the parameter first. Click here. Then I have to click to place the parameter point. Here I am clicking on this grip. Click. Next I have to create the stretch frame. I am taking a point here, moving my cursor to the left hand side, and I am clicking here. Then I have to select the objects which I want to include. Clicking here and clicking here. While creating the stretch frame, you should be aware about that the left hand side portion will not be selected in the stretch frame. I will select the right hand side portion which I want to extend. Then I am pressing enter. I am closing and saving, selecting this and clicking on this grip. Now you see I have stretched and decreased the size. I can increase the size as I have specified the distances. It is 2 feet, it is 2.5 feet, it is 3 feet, it is 3.5 feet, and it is 4 feet. So I can use this dynamic block in different places. Now this door is multi-purpose and I can use it in place of 2 feet or 3 feet or of any size from 2 feet to 4 feet. For today I am stopping now because our video is being too much lengthy and more parameters and actions are yet to show you. I'll show all those in our next video. So please keep patience and please subscribe my channel, click on the bell icon so that you will get the notification of the next video as soon as I upload that. And thank you very much for watching my video. See you soon. Stay well. Goodbye.